everyone, it's Jerusha. I wanted to give an update on my dreadlocks and the products that I'm using. And earlier I had posted a couple weeks ago maybe, that I was having itchy scalp issues a little bit just in the back. And that seems to have subsided in the last week and a half. So that's good. I'm really not sure what it was because, sometimes time passing makes things get better regardless of what you do. So it could have been that. I did dye my hair about 3.5 weeks ago for the second time with permanent hair dye. And the itchiness started about a week and a half after that. So it's very possible that that contributed quite a bit to the itchy scalp, which I had never had before. I also considered something that Debbie told me, my stylist. She said that she thinks that it could be something in some of the product that I use that might be irritating my scalp. And at first, when she said that to me, I did not want to acknowledge that that could be possible. But, Dollylocks, I use Dollylocks products mostly. Dollylocks, my favorite shampoo is Nag Champa, scented by Dollylocks. And everything in here is very, very natural and hypoallergenic, I'm sure. But the Nag Champa scent is something that I really, really love. So I've been using the Nag Champa shampoo for a couple months, and I've also been using the Nag Champa tightening spray on my hair. So over a few days' time, I started to look at the possibility that it might be something in the Nag Champa scent, something that they do in there to create that scent that might be leading to some irritation in my scalp. So who knows? I mean, it's good to be open-minded about these things. And so I decided to start trying not using the Nag Champa shampoo on my scalp. And, if I use something on my scalp, using like one of the Dollylocks shampoo bars, which aren't my favorite, but just, using them only on my hands to lather up. And also maybe some of my Knotty Boy shampoo, which is back there, and they only have one scent. So use that, especially on that area right there. So I'm no longer feeling the itchy scalp. Not sure if it was maybe just a matter of just waiting, or if it had anything to do with Nag Champa, me being a little bit sensitive to what they put in it to make it smell like Nag Champa. I was kind of overdoing it on the Nag Champa anyway, so it's quite possible. So I'm going to take it easy on that. And let's see what else. I did my first detox on my dreads. I used the Dollylocks detox kit. It comes with a powder satchel, and then you can choose what scent you have for it. And it comes in the scents of their shampoos. So I ordered this over a month ago, and I just used it about 3 days ago. It's the tea tree spearmint. I chose that one, tea tree. I like the idea of there being tea tree in it. So this is the shampoo bottle that came with it after you soak your dreads in this basin full of warm water and the powder that has a mixture of apple cider vinegar powder and baking soda powder and some other things in it. Then after you soak it in there for like 10 or more minutes, then your dreads, then you are supposed to shampoo twice with their shampoo. And they just give you a little sample slash travel size of one of their shampoos that goes with the scent that you chose. And this is tea tree spearmint. I wanted to show you how much is used. So I shampooed twice with this after my detox soak. And this is how much I used, just that much out of this tiny little 1 fluid ounce bottle. So you really don't have to use much of the Dollylocks. A little bit goes a long way. And I do quite a bit of root rubbing when I'm shampooing to make sure that I'm exfoliating off the scalp, and I do make sure that I rinse very, very well to rinse out all the shampoo. The next part of my update is on my dreadlocks. I've had them for 3 months now, and they have gotten very tight, very fast, and there is definitely a negative to that. So I'm just going with it. That's just how my personality is. I just am going with what's going on, and I really like to palm roll after my hair is wet, out of the shower, whatever. It takes maybe 4 hours for it to air dry, sometimes longer. And it is best to palm roll them So once it starts, like about 15 minutes out of the shower, it starts to feel grippy on the outside, kind of grippy, like just kind of like staticky almost. Not like there's anything on it or residue. It just feels like there's a core of the dreadlock and then there's some fuzzy stuff on the outside. And so I like the way that feels. And when I rub with my palms like this, it really like locks it in. It locks the dreadlocks in. So my dreadlocks are really tight and they're really solid, compacted hair. And most of them are tight. Some of them aren't quite as tight as others, but for the most part, probably almost 90% of mine are really tight. So that makes it that they're more stiff. And that makes it that my hair stands out more. Like it's more likely to stand straight out. And my hair has shrunk up a lot, as you may have seen if you've watched my other videos, but my hair was down to the middle of my back, but really layered. And so now it's shrunk up to here. I'm not used to having such short hair. So it's hard for me to, get it all back in a ponytail. I end up using some barrettes to keep some of it back if I want it to look neat and tidy. I use this type of barrette, this type that clips. They actually sell them in various colors now, so you can get them that kind of match your hair color more. And the ones around the face, I really don't like to get in my face, so I will use that a little bit. I don't really love the way it looks, but right now my hair is a lot shorter than it has been in a very long time. And having it with the dreadlocks being so stiff and bulky, I definitely am now understanding why some of the people who have had dreadlocks in the first year, they often add extensions. I didn't understand that before. I cannot remember her name. Elise Bush, B-U-C-H. She's got a dreadlock channel that she's been doing for over 3 years, and she's had dreadlocks for that whole time. She's done a lot of coloring, various things to her hair. I think she's from Denmark. And she does a lot of fashion stuff too on her YouTube videos. But she did a lot of extensions in her hair. And I didn't really understand why, because she had very long hair and it looked long all the time. But I think maybe this is what happened. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do extensions to this hair because I just really don't want to complicate anything. I think I can just wait till it gets longer. And also I heard that once your hair is getting longer, your dreads, they do like sort of maybe the weight on them and stuff, they start to stretch out again. You know how people say that they when they shrink up, they get thicker? Well, I've also seen that after that happens, shrinking up and getting thicker, then as they get a little bit longer, they do start to kind of thin out again and get kind of, as they get longer, maybe the weight is kind of pulling them down. So I'm not going to freak out and go get extensions because I do know how to do that. I've done that before I had the dreadlocks. I was actually making dreadlock extensions and clipping them into my hair before I committed to my hair actually being dreadlocked. So that would be fun and everything. I know I could do it, but I just don't think I'm going to. So I think a lot of people with dreadlocks, especially in the United States, that I have seen videos on, they are very patient and they are really... patient in more than one way. They're accepting of the way their hair looks in those in-between stages, which is quite a long time sometimes. You just never know exactly how long it's going to take for your dreads to tighten up. And I'm not quite as much in that direction as far as my style goes. And that's part of why I'm wanting to make these videos for people, because I don't find enough dreadlock videos. I look around a lot. And I look at all kinds of dreadlock videos, but I don't I don't find very many that are like the kind of hair that I would want to have or the aesthetic that I would want to have. And so I know that this is a process of getting used to and adjusting, accepting whatever happens, whatever comes. But I also think that there's a lot of things that we do that may have an effect that we may not know at the time. But I think that there are a lot of things that we do/don't do that affect our dreadlocks and the way that they go throughout, like the months that you have them. So I want to show you how tight these dreadlocks are at 3 months. pushing my hair up kind of. I have it back kind of like in a ponytail with my hair, with my hand, and then I'm pushing them up so you can see. And they are pretty hard. If you squeeze them inside, they're pretty hard, even though I did the detox with them. I think there are some products in there from the Dollylocks. I'm not concerned yet as far as any kind of mildew, because there's a lot of grapefruit seed extract in those products, and I don't want my hair to dry out completely, and I don't want, you know, because I know that down the line this hair is not, this hair is dead, you know, it's come off my hair, so it's dead. So I want to make sure I keep there being enough moisture in there, and that means I'm using the aloe gel a little bit here and there. I go back and forth on it. Sometimes I don't use it at all. And then I use the tightening spray by Dollylocks, which has some sea salt in it, and also has some coconut water and some other nourishing, you know, vitamins, and also some more moisturizing types of components to that. I have gone back and forth as far as the tightening gels that are aloe based, and I have, for now, decided that actually Knotty Boy is my favorite gel. I can't tell. I just seem like, I feel like it just feels better when I put it in. It feels lighter. This one by Dollylocks, this is their tightening gel. It is more liquidy. You know, this is very much a gel. If I hold it upside down in there, it doesn't come out. There's no sea salt in either one. I can't tell you exactly why I lean towards this one. I definitely don't like the smell of this one very much. It only comes in 1 scent, but also it feels more sticky to me. And this one feels a little bit more like clean and like a gel that just like sort of doesn't feel like it's holding on as much. I'm not sure. Definitely you can over apply either of these for sure. And so I don't even use them every time after I shampoo, because I don't want it does build up, I believe, especially because when you're palm rolling, you're like really compressing the hair, if you do, like I do. And so I am pressing whatever product I have on my hair into the center. It's going to take a long time to get that out with shampoo. So I really need to kind of be aware and not put too much in, especially at this point over time. When you see how tight these dreads are, and if you could feel them, like how stiff they are, okay, like they aren't just, they're compressed hair, and that compressed hair is being held together by some products. So it's a balance, and maybe I'll find out someday that this was the worst thing ever for me to do, but right now I feel like I need to have a balance of products that I put in my hair to nourish the hair, because I'm not conditioning, of course, like I used to with my hair. I've got very fine, somewhat delicate hair. For me to have long hair to the middle of my back, my hairstylist, before I had dreadlocks, thought she was very surprised that I would have such long hair, because my hair is fine and fragile. Even though I had not been processing it with chemicals, I hadn't even been blow drying it, you know? So my hair tends to be kind of fragile. So I don't want to let it go, like get dry and only do sea salt sprays that I made up myself for, you know, the 9 months or however long it takes for my dreadlocks to be more mature. I just don't want to go that long without moisturizing it. So I'm using Dreadlocks supplies to moisturize it. And who knows? But I feel like my hair looks better. There's more of a shine to it, even though dreadlocks usually don't have a shine. But there is more of a shine to it when I use a little bit of products in my hair. So one last thing I'm going to say before I stop this video. I'm going to make another one about these headbands that I've been making on knitting loom. So I'm going to make that a separate video. With the tightening spray, if anybody out there uses it, which I haven't seen a whole lot of people on YouTube using tightening sprays. Maybe they're not talking about it. I'm not sure, but it seems like a lot of people on YouTube aren't using products except for shampoo in their hair. Maybe I just don't know. But, so let's see. The Dollylocks, I love it. So this is the Nag Champa. This is the travel/trial size. I got this bottle because I wanted to use it when I travel. But I noticed that this spray is more directed because it's a small spray. And the Dollylocks tightening sprays, the larger sizes, come with this a trigger type sprayer. It actually has like a button here that you push one way or the other way, whether you want it locked so that you can't spray any or not, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so it comes with that where you can put this on. But I found that as my dreads have gotten more mature, some of them are more mature than others. And so I actually want to not just like, this is like more of a wide spray. So this will get like a larger space that it'll go to. But this little one, so I've been actually taking the stuff from here, shaking it up, and then pouring it into the smaller bottle so that I can direct it on the specific dread that I want to have more of the tightening spray on, / any of the tightening spray on this particular shampoo. So that's something that's kind of interesting that I've been doing because I am learning that if I apply too many products at this point, with how tight my hair is, it's somewhat stiff, and that's keeping the dreads together. And I'm trying to, you know, make sure I get lots of movement so that I'm making them have friction so that they are tightening up in a real way, not just in a fake way, like being glued together by products. Trying to make sure that there is the friction necessary to mature these dreads, but they're not mature yet. So I do apply some product, and sometimes when I shampoo, I don't apply any product. But I do definitely palm roll. I just try not to put too much tension on my roots because I don't want to create any tension that's not good for the roots of the hair. Since I've been watching some videos about tension alopecia and how that's not great. So my dreads are a lot tighter than I think they would be if I wasn't paying so much attention to them. And I know people will say I need to just leave them alone. But I just really like this. I think that I'm going to like these a lot more in a year or 9 months than if I were not using the products I'm using and not putting the palm rolling effort into it that I'm doing. That's just me. That's my style. We'll see though. We'll see how the dreads out, you know, how they fare over the next year or so. But that's just my style. And my style is slightly different anyway, a lot of times, than other people's styles. So we'll just see how that goes. So that is my update on my dreads. No more itchy scalp, fingers crossed. Possibly brought on by a little bit too much Nag Champa products. Possibly not sure. And really tight dreads. Really tight, really tightened up. Super tightened up. I have never seen such tightened up dreads on any of the videos that I've seen of people with straight, fine hair at 3 months. So I really think that this like palm rolling thing I'm doing is either like the worst thing in the world or awesome. Still, who knows? Yet to be determined. But that is all I have to say for you. And then I will be doing another video about this knitting loom stuff for headbands that I've been doing.